Okay, so anyway, this is, if you have a lot of these to do and you want to copy some, in this particular case, someone approached me because they had broken a staircase. I don't know how they did that, but the staircase was broken, so I had to do a new two new posts and a few of these, about 20 of them, 20 some odd. So what I did was I always start with a storyboard. So what I do is I do the pummels first. So that here we have 1, 2, 3 pummels. And also, because it's very, very thin, I brought along my steady rest, which I'll put on as soon as I can. As soon as I get something round, I'll put it on. Can you all see that? Yep. Okay. This particular set of pummels here are interesting because they're, you can see that they go like they're rounded. So it's not like a regular pummel, which is just sort of straight down or like, you know, not too elongated like this one. So it makes it a little bit difficult to do. Famous last words. I'll start with this one. Ron Batty, Stuart Batty's father, has a video on YouTube with craft supplies, and it's really worthwhile. I've looked at that a few times just to get good at this. Oh, see, first mistake. Actually, this one here is just a practice here. Because this one goes round. Okay, now this one. Okay, so it looks like.
What is your approximate speed?
Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, this is the piece that's square. This is going to be round here. So basically I'm done with that. Okay, so I'll just check to see what I'm doing here. I always come back to this. Yeah, this part here doesn't look very nice. I might try to make it a little nicer, but basically I can't do too much. Okay. Okay, here I'm not right through the square part, so I'll just do that a little bit more. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. Alright, now just make that part round. Okay. You hear that vibration there? That's the wood vibrating because it's so thin. So this first one, I have to be careful with because it doesn't have any support except from the ends, and it's not very much. If you look at it, you can see
the chatter.
Hey?
The chatter.
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 Yeah, it's chattering, yeah. Okay. And this. Okay. Okay. And here, okay. Okay. I'll start with the small one. I have to try to keep the bevel rubbing as much as possible. Okay, so I'll just go with my smaller one now. And how deep do we have to go here? Okay. Okay, let's put it there. Okay, so looking at this. Okay. This is usually where I break them. If I break them, it's right at the bottom. And what happens is I'm coming down this side, and I forget about this edge that touches the other side. And see if we're close. This part is not, like I said, I went a little too far there. Okay, it goes like that. Okay, so I could come back more here. I could take more off here. Yeah, this is a little too thick, so I'll make it a little less thick. I think that will be a bit better. And this, I'm not happy with that either. Okay, well, I'll leave it at that. I would sand it at the end, and it'll blend in a lot better. Let me see. Oh, this part here has to be more rounded. See what I can do about rounding it. See, it's more important to get it to look like the other one than the actual dimensions. You start off with the dimensions, but there, see, it's better like that. Yeah, that's better now. Okay, this one here is curved. This one here is more straight. So I think I'm being really picky, aren't I? What do you think? Am I being picky?
No. More carefully.
Okay, so we'll leave it at that. I'll just take this out of the way for a minute. Okay, so now I'll mark, I have this thing here to mark it, so I'll just put those marks. Okay. Okay, now take this, goes like that. Okay, so here it's going in, here it goes down to a certain depth. Okay, so now I'll take my parting tool and go down here. Oh, look, see? It's loose. As soon as it started vibrating, I noticed it. Okay.
Actually, cheap one way.
See how much further. Okay. So I'll put the whole thing down to that size. Yep. Okay. Now, the middle part goes down to here. So, I won't go down all the way, but I'll go down some of the way. Yeah, this goes down really quite small, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now here, looking at the edge to see how much is there. It's about not much. Again, you see, I could measure it, but I take long enough the way it is. Okay, this side seems higher than that side, so I'll take some off there. Okay, so I'll take a little bit off here. Okay, and I'll just check to see. Okay, we're down to the depth we want there. So I just have to round it off a little bit at the bottom. Okay. One seems wider, so yeah. Okay, so now this part here. Wasn't me. Okay. Okay.
Looks pretty good.
Okay. Okay. All right, so I'll move this to bring it closer to where I'm working. It may not seem like a big deal, but really it's much better if everything is as close to supporting what you're doing as possible. Especially seeing as how, you know, like this is a 1 3/4, but that's down to, I think one of them's down to 5/8 or something. So it makes a big difference.
At the bottom.
So back to here again. Okay. This taper here starts here at this height or this dimension and goes down to here, and that's the dimension there. So what I do is instead of doing it right there, I put it in the middle, and then I bring it over to where it should be and go down in the middle. I know I have to go down a little bit in the middle, so anyway. Okay, I'm going to look at this again because I just don't. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, this is the depth that this has to go down to, but there's a little right here. I don't know if that's the right depth or not, but anyway. And what I'll do now is I'll come over here. This has to be a bit of an angle because it's pointing uphill here. Okay. And I have left just a tiny little bit here, so okay. Now I have to smooth that out. Not sure which is the best way. The last part maybe with a skew, but just to speed things up, I usually use a roughing gouge. It's my favorite tool for stuff like this. Okay. Now another thing I forgot to doing is a straight edge. So I want this nice and straight, and the only way of doing that is you get yourself a ruler and you just touch it wherever the high points are, you take it off. I usually put a light behind it.
You can see it from here, you watch it. There's a big belly in the middle.
Pardon me?
There's a belly in the middle.
There's a belly in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now the wheels will put a mark there, but it's a very, very small mark, and once you sand it, it'll come out off. No big deal. This is like a continuation, this slope down to the bottom. You can see it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Continues on, so you have to try to do that. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll measure right here. Okay. Okay. Okay, and I'll measure that just to see how close I am. About it. we go. This next part is flat, and then it goes down to the to this piece here. That piece is that sorry, where am I going now? Yeah, here. I'm going to go down like that, down to about here, and then the rest is a taper right to the end. So, the rest of this has to go now. You're going to take, I think it's something like, I forget what it is now, but it's really quite small at the end that we can do. Oh yeah, and the reason why the end is so important is because that sticks into a mortise, a round mortise, and you want it nice and tight. So actually, you see, I've gone up a bit, so if I get it this much at the end,
You're safe.
I'm safe, yeah. Okay. So, now, well, I'll take some of it off with my roughing gouge. But basically, it's this here taper. Okay. Okay, I'll take the skew from now on, just to try to, oops. Something to add to your arsenal. Oh, thank you very much.